Big Herc 916. Positivity, motivation. Never settle for average, man. Go pick you up a hat, represent. And while you're at it, grab you a bar of soap. You know, we got the butt naked scrub, and you can wash your ass so you ain't stinking. Man, Colin Kaepernick. He's at it again. Got a book coming out, man. And he's trying to do the same thing Harry and his wife did about, you know, what is the color of the baby, what, you know, how the baby's gonna look. And he's saying he's now a victim of racism through his adoptive parents. Can you imagine that? These people adopted him, but they were racist. And they made sure that he had a great education and made it through college and made it to the NFL, man. You know, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of a racist family helping a kid get to the NFL? How hard is that for a child to navigate? They must have been very, very racist. Very racist. You know, Colin Kaepernick talking about, I want to wear cornrows like Allen Iverson. And my mom said that's unprofessional. That's a thuggish look. Well, let me tell you something, brother. My grandpa told me the same thing, and he's black. He like, man, you ain't coming in the house with that. You're going to cut your hair off. Messing around with me, you're going to cut that stuff off. Yeah. Grandpa never allowed me to walk in the house with no cornrows. He wasn't even playing the Jerry curl juice. If it was up to him, you had a crew cut, you had your pants on to where they were damn near swishing because they weren't sagging and they fit you accordingly, and you were wearing some Pro Wings. So my grandpa must have been a cold racist then, because he didn't want me looking like anything reminiscent of a street dude. And he grew up in the South. So you talk about your adopted white family. I'm telling you, in black households, they weren't going for it. None of the acquaintances, friends my grandparents had coming up, my mom used the N-word or endorsed cornrows. My mom let me get a Jerry curl because she was a hairdresser. And when I had that Jerry curl, I tried to avoid letting my grandpa see it because he would have flipped. He wasn't with that, man. He was always telling me. He would see some of the guys that I was hanging out with, and he's like, man, get their ass up out of here. Don't be bringing them people around my house. And I used to be looking like, damn it. And the homies be like, damn, your grandpa tripping, huh? But they were sagging, cornrows, plots, you know, some of them wearing Chucks, some of them wearing Cortez, Dickies. I remember one time I came around with some Dickies and he looked at me. He's like, what is that you got on? I said, some pants. He said, no, what is that? What you wearing right there? I'm like, some clothes, Grandpa. He's like, man, I better not catch your ass out there in the streets, man. He used to tell me, man, but I was hard-headed. I was trying to find my identity, so I was associating with people that he didn't like, and I used to think he was just hating. But he was trying to protect me, man. He was trying to implant in my mind that that's not the presentation you want for the world to see, because it's going to draw certain types of energy. I don't care how, you know, cool you want to be like Allen Iverson, Colin Kaepernick. You want to be like Snoop Dogg, whatever. That's cool if you're in entertainment. If you reach a certain level, you've already established yourself. But up and coming, it's bottom line, man. Police see you, certain people see you. They're gonna think you're a thug, you're a gangster. You're wearing Dickies, you're wearing Ben Davis. That's just what it is. It's not your parents were racist. My family used to tell me the same thing. certain clothes I would go to pick out for school, they're like, you're not wearing that. I'm like, why not? Because you're not wearing that. And put those pants on. Let me see how they fit. My mom used to do it all the time. Let me see how those pants fit. Put your hand in there. Let me see how much space between your waistline and the pants. Man, you a cold crybaby, man. And it's like they use you guys to push this racism because that's the only platform that they can move this narrative, which is going backwards. We're going backwards right now. Go look at some old footage of black folks back in the 50s and 40s. They were dressing very proper. They were articulating themselves well. They were presenting themselves in a very fashionable, presentable manner. They weren't pushing a thuggish appearance. And you're going to always have that. There's certain people who associate with that, but it's just what it is, man. It's no different than somebody wearing certain clothes and being accused of being whatever other culture calls them per se. But if you're thinking your parents were racist because of that, you's a cold weenie, man. You's a cold weenie. It's just how the game goes, bro. Your presentation. Them people, man, to have adopted you and helped you get to where you're at, they had to have loved you, man. And you're still playing a cold victim after you done made it to 0.001% of the individuals out there in sports. And now you want to be some pump your fist up after you done took a knee. Hey, man, I respect you for the, police brutality thing, but now you just done gone too far. You trying to sell your book, man. Quit being a baby, man. Dude, I done been you're light-skinned. You can cut the corners, man. I know how it is. I've been to all white school and seen how the light-skinned dudes get away with shit. You're light-skinned. Yeah, you're black, but you still, man, you're nothing but a pawn, bro. You playing a game, but you got that contract, you got the money. I don't have that, so I don't have somebody puppeteering me, and telling me what to say and what not to say. Because if I was playing a victim, I'd be viral. Black man, 3-time felon, blah, blah, blah. Mom had me at 14, blah, 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 blah. Never knew my dad. Oh, man, got caught up in just circumstances. But I'm not out here crying, man. I'm not out here being a weenie. And you've had every opportunity, man. If you got cut from the team because your skill set has declined, dude, you done made your millions. What are you crying about, man? Go and do something positive with yourself and quit trying to push a narrative, keep dividing everybody. Your parents raised you, man. You didn't end up starved to death in some closet or abused. You're not some kid who didn't. Man, you made it to a very high level in the entertainment industry. And here you are acting like a baby. It just cracks me up, man. Some of you guys, man, just ungrateful, man. Ungrateful. Just, I don't understand it, man. And you can, like I said, ask any black household growing up how parents were treated, man. I mean, I used to get it all the time. Oh, you sound like like a white guy. The way you talk, you probably date a lot of white women because you're the way you articulate yourself. I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean because I talk a certain way that it's assumed that I don't associate with people that look like myself? Do you know how black people talk in general? Is there a certain code for black people talk? My grandpa used to tell me when he was in the military and he would call bases for base housing for his family, and he would talk very professional on the phone, and he would show up and they would be like, Mr. Timmons? And then he'd be like, yeah, and I'm like, sir, we're sorry to say we don't have any base housing. He's like, you said that there was housing for me and my family, 3-bedroom, blah, 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 blah. Because he was black, they didn't understand the game. They were like thrown off because he didn't sound what they think that he should sound like. It's just like when people told me, you don't sound like the type of person who have did the things you did. Am I supposed to sound and act a certain way for you to justify something? Man, America, wake up, man. Quit falling for the okie doke. This narrative is played out, man. These people, man, these fake BLM, these fake narratives, man. These people who want to demasculinize and use black males as martyrs. Man, go somewhere with that bullshit. Big Herc 916, man. Never settle for average. Go to bigherc916.com and purchase you a bar of soap, one of the books I've written, a hat, a beanie, a t-shirt, tank top, or some detail spray for your walking around with a crusty butt, smelly ball sack, and a funky hoo-ha. Big Herc said, wash that ass. Pick you up a t-shirt at freshoutseries.com. Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.